This is the 217 Recovery Podcast with Corey Winfield.
You have a rich person's name. Like, you should be a billionaire with the name Winfield. Anyway, call me back, bro.
It is May 29th. I'm Corey Winfield. This is the 217 Recovery Podcast. And I have a very special guest in the studio with me today, Kim Hopkins. Kimberly, how are you?
I am good. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. You're over there dancing.
Yeah, that music sounds good.
We're going to have a good podcast today. Because we're doing one.
Of course.
I mean, you got to do one to have it be good. We haven't done one in so long and done a really good one, seriously. I mean, I guess we did, but it's just been so long ago.
Yeah.
And we've been busy. And I don't want to get on here and complain about doing this or doing that or we're not doing. Nah, I just want to talk to Kimberly Hopkins. So, Kim.
Yes, Corey.
Why don't you talk about where you're from? How did you grow up?
Well, I'm from Detroit, Michigan, Southwest Detroit. I'm the 12th out of 13 children.
That's a lot of kids, Kim.
Yeah, a lot. But she did it. A very strong woman, Vera.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we had a really good childhood. You know, we was very close growing up. She was the best cook ever. Yes, everybody used to come to our house and eat. Everybody. My mother used to cook for people too.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fall far from the tree, huh?
Yeah, because you do that a lot, Kim. And before we get into more of your story, we should probably talk about how I know you and all that good stuff. So, Kim, I've known for a couple years now, it seems like, right? Yeah.
More than a couple.
Oh, more than two.
Yeah.
So it's been a minute.
Right.
And you started coming to the 217 Recovery Center, and you come here for meetings. We have a mutual friend, and he kind of introduced us to you and you to us. And, you know, we've kind of helped you and you've helped us. You know, I mean, this is great. And the stuff that you do for us is wonderful. I was just talking earlier, because we're planning for Recovery Stories Part 6 in July.
Yeah.
And we were talking about, because we like to feed people. Because there's something about, having a meal with people, sitting down with someone. It could be strangers, but everybody in the room is either in recovery or has a tie to recovery because you're at Recovery Stories. So, to bond with people and people you don't know and to have a meal. So it's really cool. Yeah. So we were thinking about that. And then Marnie throws out, hey, Kim does this kind of thing. This is what Kim does. Why don't we see if she'd be interested in doing it? And it's oh, okay. And then we started kind of joking about because whether you wanted to have a catering business or not, you know, I mean, this could be just a one-time thing, whatever.
But remember the first
recovery
this was going
story.
Back to. Yeah.
Yes. And
that's how I got my first job.
Yeah. And the people that gave us funding for this place, you know, to allow us to have this place, I'm that's they need to see Kim, you know, a person that started out using us, then helping us by volunteering, and we wanted to pay you, and you're hey, I can't right now, but still you volunteer here and the stuff that you're doing, and then now we're gonna probably have you cater the food for the event, and it's look how that comes full circle, and then just by you volunteering for that very first Recovery Stories, and then Stuart seeing you and going, hey man, this woman is great, you know, and Big Perm, I think it was too. Perm. It was hey man, we should hire her. And you got a job by volunteering. If you'd have been nope, I don't feel like doing that.
I would never got a job.
And that's what I tell people all the time. If you just sit at home on your couch and you wait for opportunity to show up, it's not knocking. You have to go out. You have to be in those places. Right.
And I was there, the right place, right time. You know, and I met the head chef, Perm. He was in the kitchen. Didn't even know that he was the head chef. I didn't even know it. And I was in there just cooking, doing everything I had to do. And he just talking, and then come out that it was his kitchen. And I was thank you, chef, for letting me come in your kitchen. And we hit it off so good. And we were just laughing back there. Remember, we was laughing, coming back and forth. And at the end of the night, he was hey, yeah, I'm coming to pick you up Friday. And that was the job.
Yeah, and we were that is so cool. We were so happy. The event went really well.
It did.
And, you know, that was the first one we ever did. We did spaghetti. We made it ourselves to serve to people.
Yeah.
And we had salad and breadsticks and all that stuff. And so it was a lot to do.
Yeah, but it was so much fun.
And we did it.
We did.
And
the first one, and look how big it got now.
How big is it now?
Oh, wow. And how many people was here last time?
I think it's many that could fit into the building, according to the fire code.
Because as I hear, standing room only.
Yeah.
It was standing room only. And the very first one, we had seats, just a couple of seats empty and all. And then now, everybody really want to get a chance. Now you have people rapping.
Yeah.
Saying the poems and everything. Gary did really good.
He did.
He really did.
And that's something that I'm going to say yeah to that. Even if he was bad, I probably would have said yeah. I mean, I don't know. Like if somebody wants to, because it's what he did. He came up and he was like, "Hey, I want to perform.
Right?
Is it okay if I do a rap?" And I think he asked you or something, or you said, you should ask Corey. And so he did, and I was like, yeah.
Right.
And he started like kind of freestyling. And I was like, oh, yeah, okay, you're good.
Yeah,
so, yeah, absolutely. And it was fun. And it's cool to give people like that an opportunity, the outlet. And I know that's what I need. That's what I use this podcast for.
Right.
I needed that. Like, I need to entertain. I need to talk. Because this was my kind of like my therapy almost.
And saying people love this. They love this.
Oh, I don't know if they love it. I love it. And it keeps me sober. So that's what I do. But for Gary, he likes to rap. And we talked about that rush you get. And I don't get it really anymore, but like early on when I would have to go introduce people on stage or be at an event in front of a bunch of people.
What about the event we did the UFAM? Was you excited being an MC? And then you get your rush in? Being an MC?
A little,
there?
I mean, it does, yeah. It was, I mean, that's such an honor to do that.
Right.
And I kind of don't want to screw it up. So I don't even think I said my name when I did the MCing this last UFAM. Last month or whatever, or a couple weeks ago.
Everybody else was saying it. I know I kept walking by, Corey, yeah.
I don't think I said it. I just was like, all right, thanks. Here's what we're doing. Thank God. And I was like, all right, let's go. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get the nerve, or I don't get that rush as much as I used to. And I don't know.
You're so calm and used to it, but you just still love it.
Yeah, I still love it. And there is a little bit of like getting up there and having the mic. It's just, it's fun. But at first it will freak you out. Sometimes, it did me. And Gary, but we talked about that, like, yeah, like just to get that,
right.
And he said he was a little nervous when he got up there, but that's good. You can be nervous, and it's actually normal to be nervous. And when I wasn't nervous in front of, like this time at UFAM, I was like, why am I not nervous? Like, what's going on?
Right.
Which I don't know what that means, but
it's when it's something you love, like they say, and it's really true. When you love it, you're not working. It's something that just come easy to you, and it feels so good to do it when you're doing it. Yeah. I love it when I'm cooking. It comes to me, and I want to make it look pretty. I want to make it look good, and I want it to taste good,
Yeah.
And that's something I can do, and I really appreciate doing it. I'm glad I have that gift. So hey, so far so good.
And it's nice having, because I have Marnie, who's a great cook, and then you are always one. So it's like, hey,
I love Marnie Bacon. Oh my gosh, she is so good.
She's good.
Yes.
And I don't know why I'm fat. I know.
Yeah, right.
I mean, that's a whole other conversation. We'll do this. We'll do the whole losing weight podcast episode next. But
and we all gonna be up here doing that one.
Yeah, everybody, let's jump on the train. But with your story though, and back to it, let's talk about. So we talked about you volunteering. Let's talk about how you got to volunteer. So how did you end up in Traverse City volunteering at Recovery Stories Message of Hope Part 1?
Well, I have a mutual friend when I came here, and I just got out of the rehab, and I was in sober living, and I was coming up here every day.
She was.
Every day I was coming up, and I was like, yeah, I can cook. But I'm just up here doing everything and doing all my meetings and everything. And when I heard y'all speak of the event that was about to happen, and I was just listening like, wow, okay. I wonder what could I cook? And I think it came up, and I was like, I can cook. I went to school, and I am a chef. And you was like, really? Because I guess you had to get to know me. We had to get to learn each other. because I was coming up every day, and you thought maybe when I said you would see me every day, I know you thought I was joking. And you see, I wasn't.
Yeah.
I was here every day. I was even walking.
But in your defense, I mean, because some people are like, wow, like she's a crazy stalker, but we have a lot of fun here. And at that time, it was different, and we did have a lot of fun here. We have fun here now too, but it was different then. Mm-hmm. We were new, we were opening, we were trying new things, and it was just kind of a new growing experience in the community and just like learning people. And then you come along, and you're in sober living. Mm-hmm. I don't know if they have thing, but there's like some sober livings have it where you can't even have a job for the first 60 days or 30 days, like what else are you supposed to do? Yeah. Are you just going to sit at home and talk about and listen to people talk about all the fun drugs they used to do?
That's it.
Because there's one guy in every house in the world, every sober living home, there's a guy, there is.
And did everything.
Yeah. And there's that guy. Every house, even in the women's houses, there's that guy. Mm-hmm. So what are your options? Like, hey, it's right down the street. Might as well.
Right.
I mean, that.
And one thing is to me, it's walking distance, which it is. And I can come every day, and I can do something different every day. And then I can hear something different, and I can learn something different every day. And that was important to me because I'm still learning different things and things I didn't even know, and I'm learning. And that was so cool to me, and then going places, because at that time we was going places. We was going rock hunting, which I never did, not that kind of rock hunting, never, now I changed, so it was so different, and being around people to have fun and sober. That's what I never did. I never would have fun sober. Anytime I go fishing, anytime I'm cooking, anytime we playing cards, we around a big group of people, I never was sober. And this taught me how to have fun and being sober. So that was important. And that's important to people now. They have to learn how to still have fun, but they have to stay sober. Was it scary for you? Think about that, to think about how am I going to go fishing without drinking a little something or having a little something. Right, because you always have your beer when you drink and you have your liquor. And it was really scared. It was scared to come out and talk to people talk to people being sober. Sometimes I have to have a drink, and then you laugh and joke and have fun. Now I can have fun now and don't even drink. I can talk to people and don't even drink. When I go fishing, I can fish and I don't have to have a drink. And it's pretty cool, because now I can feel that hook in my finger. I can feel it. Oh, yeah, so fun. I mean, now it's a rush. It's a rush now. Yeah. To get the hook stuck and just be getting the fish up and everything. I had a ball. I was so sore, but I had a ball, and I was sober. And that was the important part. I was with my brother and my sister-in-law down there, and they was like, hey, how you doing? They were so shocked. Mm-hmm. I got up and I went fishing, came back. I went around twice in a day, came back. They was like, you want to eat? I eat when I get back. It was so cool. And to be around people like that is so cool, that you can be around people that they don't drink, no cussing, no fussing, nobody arguing, and nobody trying to get over on you, And by us being in recovery, we need to find people like that. We need to find good people to be around. Once you find that one person to be like, oh, girl, come on, you can have a drink. Girl, come on, you can do that. It's over. Yeah. It's over because, it's sad. It's sad that people want you to do bad. And sometimes it's not they want you to do bad, but they just say that misery loves company. And, and especially if people are in, early recovery, sober living houses with other people, like, let's go do it together, because it's going to make me not feel as bad about it. And I'll justify it to you, and you can give me your story and I'll justify it, and we'll be all good. And here's the reasons why we did it. And it's because this and that. And
There was an incident in town that just happened, and I was talking to somebody about it the other day, and these people, I guess, were left at this place or something, and the person wasn't real happy about it, and anyway, went out, started to start doing drugs and stuff again, and that was, well, because I was mad. But we'll use anything as an excuse.
Right.
You know, like,
right.
I mean, like, there's a lot of bad things happening, and it's not because of what we do or anybody's fault, but with the recovery community right now, there's a lot of funding being pulled because people don't need help anymore.
Oh.
Or something.
But we still need help.
Nah, we're good. Or something.
No, not some.
Well, it would be a good way to get rid of poor people and middle class.
Yeah.
Because rich people can send their kids to private
facilities. Yeah.
But middle class and lower class.
Where we going? Right, where we going?
Even if you have insurance, okay, do you have 10 grand to pay the? Okay, probably.
Wow.
Maybe 40% do, maybe more. I don't know. Okay, what about those other? Okay, so let's say 60% then. Okay, they don't have it. So what's happening to them? And then when they lose their job and they're on Medicaid, wait, what? Oh, Medicaid's getting cut and all this funding. Like, I've been hearing bad things, man, and it's not good. And this is unacceptable for me. So we're going to have to do something about it. Yeah. So just stay tuned. But I have a son now. So.
So what? So
I mean, I'm not going to sit back and let the people that are taking my money from my check before I even get it tell me that if my son has this problem one day that he can't go get help.
You see,
yeah.
And we need to. This is such a good community up here, you know. And of recovery people, and they really want to help, and we have to stick together, and they do. So that's the best part, that they find them. It's really fine for them.
But your average person, the one that's out there voting for whoever they're voting for, I don't know. You know, this is where they kind of sidetrack people. Hey. What is it? 1%? Okay, maybe if it's 2. What if it's 3? I don't care the percent, but I'm just throwing it out there because they'll do this. They'll take an issue that affects 1% of the whole world and make it this big thing. And you know, this is somebody's right to be a woman, man. Okay, cool, great. How about we focus on something like? But then you get the people that are like, hey, I want to be that. Like I'm saying, go be that. That's fine. But let's really worry about the real issues, you know, like more people are dying every day because they're not getting the treatment, because they're not getting the proper treatment, and being sent through McDonald's. It just pisses me off. And it needs to change. Yeah. Because and I don't know how people sit back and let it happen. Like I'm somebody's kid. You're somebody's kid. You know, like everybody in this building, everybody in this world is somebody's kid. And the parents aren't going, hey, wait, hold on. What? So you're putting a commercial in every stop set in a TV program, and it's going to have gambling, it's going to have liquor, it's going to have something. You know, I mean, the kids show's probably not. No, they want to sell some toys, so they'll go with that. But that's what they're trying to sell you. So they're taking the money, they're reaping the benefits, and then when people need help, they're like, nope, kick you like a dog.
Wow, that is so bad.
And and the whole Michigan thing saying, well, the federal is taking our money, and you know what? We get a lot of money through the sin tax, and I'm talking about alcohol, I'm talking about tobacco, I'm talking about weed, I'm talking about all of it, gambling. We could take care of people. And the fact that if somebody right now wants to go to treatment for gambling, if you want to go, Kim, sorry, we're gonna have some lady call you in a couple of weeks if she has time, because there's not anybody doing it.
And that's what we need help with, because a lot of people still need help. You know, and a lot of people. It's scaring a lot of people. You know, people are leaving. People are wanting. This is an excuse for a lot of people to get high. Yeah. You know, they're going out and they're leaving and they're doing this because they're afraid. Wow, wait a minute. We can't go get help now. I know it sounds crazy, but they can't go get help. So what else can they do? And this help is teaching us how we can cope with things like this. You know, I'm very fortunate that I got help. and I learned how to cope with certain issues. And that's what we need to learn how to do. And we need these houses, we need these programs because people need to learn how to cope with it. You know, why am I out here doing this? Why am I keep going out drinking? I'm drinking every day. Why? There's a reason why, and these places is helping us find out the reason why. Mm-hmm. But you know what? We also have to want it. We have to want to change, and we have to do like this. Like I remember a time when you used to tell me, Kim, you have to work the program. You have to do it. If you really want to, you can do it. You know. And when I first went, I really didn't. I really didn't work it. You know, it didn't bother me. But when I left and came back, I realized, wait a minute, I need this help. And these people are going to help me if I open up. And you have to open up. And so a lot of people don't know how. They don't know how. So we need these places for that, to teach us how to open up, to teach us how to cope, to teach us. You know, some people don't even know how to get along with other people unless they under the influence.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
That's a real thing.
It is.
And with being where you are now, being where you've been, mm-hmm. and you can look back, and I probably told you, like, you're going to look back at this one day and be like, man.
You did. You did. You told, when I first got here, mm-hmm. you said you're going to look back and be like, wow, how did I do that? You know, and this happened in 2 years. And in 2 years, this is so crazy. You mean to tell me I'm sober? You mean to tell me I got my own place?
There's a place I know you could go to today and get a job.
Right.
You know, like, and we're trying to pay you for catering.
I can go to,
which career path should Kim choose? You know, like, it's just 2 years. Isn't that crazy?
2 years. It is.
Because when you first came through, if I had sat you down and said, this is where you're going to be in 2 years,
I wouldn't have believed you.
You would have said, how is all that going to be? And I'd be like, Kim, this is the things that are going to be happening.
Right. And it happens. And the best part of it, it was happening so fast. And I remember you telling me sometime you're just going to just think about it and tears come to your eyes, you know, and that's really true. Tears just came to my eyes because I was like, oh my goodness, why is this happening to me? It's all happening, all good. And it was happening back after back after back. Like, wait a minute. Because, you know, at a time you think you don't deserve it. But when you put that work in, then you just look back and you're like, damn. And you realize, man, I've been through some shit and I did some shit. And man, I made some good decisions in there. Because you look back too and there'll be that fork in the road where you could have went left or right and you stayed right. But man, it would have been easy to go left. And so so I don't knock other people with something. It's not a funny thing. I think let's get back up and let's keep going. You know, like you have to keep going.
Where do we go from here? Yeah. You know, and hopefully there was a lesson in there because there was a lesson every time for me. And I don't know if I ran out or I just didn't want to be that guy who killed somebody in a drunk driving accident. Right. So that fear of being that guy is something that motivated me. But it's different for everybody. And you said it best, you know, when you can figure out like, why is this going on? And when I was in treatment, I was like, wait, I think I have abandonment issues. And, you know, it started really coming to me. And was it the treatment center? No. You know, there was some good stuff I learned there from good people. They don't even work there anymore. So, you know, it is what it is. And that's the same with all the treatment centers. People come and go. Right. You know, like those therapists that are in treatment centers, you're only going to see them maybe 28 days, maybe 2 weeks, you know, maybe 90 days. But how many times will you really see them? How much can you really unpack? And they don't have you for a client for the next year. They got you for that time. I mean, how much time are they going to invest in you? Right. So like knowing what to share with them is very important. Yeah. Because when I first went in, I was opening up Pandora's box and everything's coming out and then it was never closed. So like when I left, I'm just like, oh my God, I remembered stuff that I forgot and I buried. Right. And now it's out here and I can't do nothing about it. And I go see a therapist about it and they were like, oh no, we can't treat you for that because you haven't been sober for 6 months. You need to go see somebody else. I'm like, I'm on Medicaid. Like, this is where I have to go. Like, exactly. It was very confusing and very weird. And I don't even know where I'm going with this now, Kim. That brought me back to some dark places. And I don't think I'm eating right, so my brain's a little foggy.
You went back to dark places and got lost.
Yeah, I was back. Whatever I was saying, it had a good point to it, and I appreciate you listening. But that was the end of it.
That was it.
Yeah.
That's hard.
I went to a dark place with that thought, so nope, never mind.
And it stopped. It just stopped right in the middle of the sentence. It just stopped right then and there.
And we could stop it and go back and listen. I could be like, oh yeah, but nah, that was no fun. Nah, so
oh my goodness.
So Kim, it's been a blast having you here though, and being around and making those connections, which again is so important in early recovery. And yeah, to be in a place where you're at now, I think it's very awesome. And, I think the people that fund us, and it's not to say, hey, look at Kim, she's doing good. But Kim, you are doing great.
Well, thank you. I mean, hey, thanks to you guys for all the help. And to have somebody in your corner is amazing. It's amazing what you can do when you have somebody in your corner. Anytime I needed somebody, they was here. And I can't forget my boy Mitch. I put Mitch through it, didn't I? I put him through it.
Oh, he threatened to quit a few times.
Right.
Kim is a recovery coach and training, and you did take the class or the C-card training, but you still need to take the state stuff. But yeah, so computers, okay.
And I'm old.
Yeah.
So Mitch was like, oh my God.
Go have Mitch show you.
Mitch was like, I need a raise. Now. Wait a minute.
Can't keep showing Kim.
I can't keep doing this. I think I need another job. I was a job ass self, wasn't I? It was so amazing. But one thing, y'all stuck with me. That's the best part. You stuck with me. I can open up my computer now. I can do it on my own. I can do my own tapping. Ta 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 ta.
I was telling Mitch and Corey earlier that this is almost like a college. Because I was telling Corey to learn how to do sublimation or whatever it's called, to put stuff on T-shirts. I was like, I don't know, Google, learn it. Like, that's your job, learn that. And then I'm going to say, do you know how to do it? And she's going to say, yeah. I'm going to go, okay, go make this.
Right, okay. right. And so, see, that's so cool.
And Mitch has learned so much.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, you guys, this is a college. You get your credits on the 15th and the last day of the month.
Right.
It's pretty cool.
So, see, that's really good.
Yeah. Anytime you can get someone else to pay you to learn stuff, it is good. So, anyway, I'm going to wrap this up, though, today. But, Kim, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. It was fun hearing a little bit about it. And we'll have you in again to get more detail about some of the stuff. But you're doing good. And
thank you.
It's good to see people come through. We see a lot of the other stories, but it's nice to see the good stories every once in a while. And
yeah.
I'm proud. So appreciate you. And if you want more on Kim, she's actually at 217recovery.com. Go to the team and you'll see Kimberly Hopkins. And that's her page. And if you have the app, you can see her on there as well.
Thanks for listening to the 217 Recovery Podcast. Listen to over 900 episodes on the 217 Recovery app that's free in your app store or online at 217recovery.com.